Hello! This is going to be a 3-part series on living in a van in a city. I'm really excited to do this because I'm trapped in a city for the next couple of months and I've been learning a lot about living full-time in a city. Let's start with part 1, basic survival. So where do you park? That's the first thing you need to figure out when you get to a city, and if you're going to be there for a little while, where you're going to stay. When I park in a city, I actually do my best to park with friends or people that I know. For me, it's so if anything bad happens, I'm able to be like, oh, I'm with this person over here, don't freak out, like I'm not some crazy person. This also means I have access to a bathroom and a Wi-Fi connection. However, I do try to switch it up as often as I can because I don't want to become a burden on my friends. Remember, if you stay at someone's house or in front of it, you still need to be a good house guest, particularly if you are on the road and going to be doing a little bit more full-time living in a city. If you don't know anyone in the city that you are stuck in for a little while, there's a couple options for parking. 1, Walmarts. They're not great, but they go. 2, and this is my preferred option, is BLM land. So BLM is Bureau of Land Management. If you're in a city that is surrounded by BLM land, you can park legally on that land for up to 14 days. It's public land, it belongs to you, so use it. Number 3 is stealth camping. I don't like stealth camping. It stresses me out. I've had too many bad experiences doing it. Stealth camping is discreetly parking in neighborhoods and moving around frequently so that people don't recognize you. Stealth camping is staying up really late and then driving to your spot and falling asleep, getting up really early and leaving. Things that help when stealth camping is cracking your window, or for me, cracking the fan vent. That keeps the mist, I call it the privacy mist, from building up on the inside of your windows. So, your breath will fog up the van and make it obvious that someone is sleeping inside of it. Crack the windows, condensation from your breath goes outside. Another thing that helps is getting ready for bed somewhere in your van and then going to your spot and parking. So, do your teeth brushing, hair brushing, face washing, going to the bathroom, all that stuff, and then drive out and find a place to sleep. It sucks, but it goes. Number 2, where do you get your water? So if you're in a city, you need to be able to sustain yourself. Water is super important. There's a couple places I like to get water. Gym, gas stations, hose from friend's house, and then other, which can be anything. So the gym that I go to has, and many other gyms have like a little water bottle fill-up station. So I bring all my water bottles in there and I fill them up for drinking water. And this is the easiest place to fill up on water. The second place you can get water from is actually gas stations. And this is a little bit grungy and kind of gross, but most gas stations actually have a fill-up station on the side of their buildings. There's just like a little spigot that you can take water from. It's basically just hose water. You can drink it and it might kill you in 30 years from like lead poisoning, but it will prevent you from dying much quicker from dehydration. Just hose water from a friend's house or just water from a friend's house, self-explanatory. Finally, some places give away water for free. In fact, a lot of national parks, there's a lot of free water there. Public parks have a lot of free water. Public facilities, this is water that is purified, that is provided by the city. Those exist. You can go to recreation centers. They often have like spigots where you can fill up. So there are organizations that will just provide people with free water. So where do you shower? I personally shower at the gym. I have a gym membership that I access when I'm back in Santa Cruz, and I shower at the gym and it's great. If you don't have a gym membership in the city that you are in, or you're just passing through, there's a couple places you can pretty much reliably get a shower from. The first one is the rec center. Almost every town I've ever been to has a rec center or recreation center, and you can buy a shower for like $5. You can also look for showers at hostels, public pools, and some major gas stations, although those are like $12, so I don't recommend using those. Where do you go to the bathroom? Me, personally, I have an Nalgene that I pee in. I've mastered the peeing in an Nalgene move. It's very difficult. The opening is very small, but I've made it work. When it's full, I dump it on some plants or down a drain. If I have to go poop, I usually will friend's house, gas stations, coffee shops. Wag bags are little portable toilets that you can use for backpacking. It's really common for rock climbing, multi-day trips on climbing walls. They're just little bags with basically kitty litter inside of them. It's mess-free and it's easy to keep around. I have one in my van at all times for emergencies. Haven't had to use it yet, but life is long, things happen. And then finally, what do you do about safety? Safety in a city is just about being really smart. The safest place to stay in a city is actually 20 miles outside of it. Less people equals less crime. However, when I'm staying in a city, I always lock my door at night. Literally every time I leave my van, I lock my door. This is why I park near my friends' houses as often as I can, for exactly this reason. If something bad happens, they're there to intervene. I keep my valuables out of sight at all time, or I keep them on my person, and I constantly am in communication with all of my friends and family about where I'm going and what I'm doing. Just keeping people updated with where you are and what you're doing is one of the biggest things in keeping you safe. So that's basic survival for living in a van in a city. I will be doing 2 more of these in the next few weeks. 2 will cover being comfortable, so beyond basic survival, it's tips and tricks I've picked up in order to like stay comfortable. And then part 3 is like the high level tips and tricks for really rocking it. It's thriving and working in a city. Let me know if you have any questions. You can follow me on Instagram at OneChickTravels. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/OneChickTravels. You can follow me on Twitter at Kaya Says. My website is OneChickTravels.com, and I just launched a Patreon, and you can support me there if you think that this video or any other videos that I've made is as good as a cup of coffee or a shitty cup of coffee. Patreon.com/OneChickTravels. If there's nothing else, we'll see you next time.